Well, a very good and warm good morning to you all. It's lovely to look around the room and see so many attractive and familiar smiling faces. Welcome to you all here at Royal on the Park. We're here, as you all know, to spend the day together with Platform 1225, which was established by the Queensland Youth Housing Coalition last April as part of Youth Week. I just realised I haven't introduced myself. I'm Kay McGrath from 7 News, and I never take that for granted because it's easy to get those newsreaders mixed up. But it really is a pleasure to be with you today. We hear a lot about the word platforms these days, but this is a particularly exciting one, because it's an opportunity for key stakeholders in the youth housing and homelessness sector and those in associated areas to come together with, most importantly, with young people, with academics and practitioners, and we're going to have a day of brainstorming. We're going to, I think, be tested, we're going to be stretched, I hope, and explore new ideas to address various topics. Today, of course, the topic for the platform is the abuse of power, confronting dynamics of harm. We'll also look at the very real and the sharp intersection between domestic and family violence and youth homelessness. As well as presenting the news on Channel 7, I was very privileged to be asked to chair the State Government's Domestic and Family Violence Implementation Council a year ago. So I have a growing understanding of this really, really complicated area, and I'm really looking forward to learning a lot more today. That council, of course, resulted out of the Not Now, Not Ever task force on domestic and family violence, and it's well known that DV is a leading cause of homelessness for women, for children, and for young people. Today we'll focus on its impacts on the lives of young people, because 34,000 Australian children and young people under the age of 18 had cause to tap into homelessness services due to domestic and family violence, and that was in the 2016-17 financial year. So clearly it's big business. There's a big program ahead of us today. I'm sure the day is going to go very quickly. We've got a great deal of experience and expertise around us in the room, most notably our international guest speaker, Scott Miller. Welcome, Scott. We also have a wealth of knowledge from Queensland experts, of course, most significantly young people who are generously going to share their lived personal experiences of domestic and family violence and homelessness. Now, love it or hate it, we cannot get away from it. Social media, the other platforms. So can I ask you to please share any of your insights or the information that's coming out of the day on Twitter, hashtag, Tinder, whatever it is you're on. The Twitter handle is @platform1225, hashtag platform1225, or hashtag young people, hashtag YHN, hashtag homelessness, hashtag abuse of power. Choose a hashtag. But let's get underway, ladies and gentlemen. And to begin with, of course, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we're gathering today, the Turrbal and Yuggera people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge the Minister for Housing and Public Works, Digital Technology and Sport, the Honourable Mick de Brenny is with us. There you are. Good morning, Minister. Hello and welcome. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the Queensland Youth Housing Coalition. From the Management Committee, we have Adam Barnes, the Chair, Christine Robinson, Treasurer, Alice Thompson, Secretary, and committee members, Lorraine Dupree, Kate Ryan, Megan Hall, and Karen Halberg. Welcome to you all. Other special guests, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're feeling comfortable and I hope you're looking forward to a very informative day. A little bit of housekeeping, toilet location, Toilets are located next to reception on this level, near the main entry there. The emergency exit procedure: in the unlikely event of an evacuation, please follow the prompts from our function supervisor or me, because I'll be first out the door. Take your phone, get rolling, and don't forget to hashtag as you're. Parking validation: our discounted rate is available. Please don't forget to see reception when you leave. Now, filming. The event is being filmed and photos will be taken. If you do not wish to have your photo taken, you're trying to avoid a few parking fines or whatever it is, please seek out Caitlin down the back of the room and just let her know during the break. Special dietary requirements: you'll find a dedicated table in the breakout area for both morning tea and lunch. And please don't do what I have seen done in some occasions, where the gluten-free, dairy-free offerings look better than the regular ones. So you just leave those for those people who requested them. Now, it is my pleasure to call on a man who is much loved and very familiar to you all, I'm sure. Uncle Des Sandy is going to get us off on the right note. Uncle Des is a much respected elder from the Yuggera people. Please welcome Uncle Des Sandy.
Yeah, can you hear me down the back? How are you? Excellent. Still love to hear people like Kay, who give back. A lot of people are learning and taking and want a bit more, but they never stop and somewhere along the way and give something back as they're progressing in their life. Like the young people like Odie, he's going to give us something this storm, and our entertainers over this way. It's lovely. Because the youth, I know it's really a hard road, but you're in the right place here, because right here, up to where it slopes up around Brisbane and going right through back near the river, coming right around here in the low parts of this place and right down to a place called Breakfast Creek. Everybody knows that. Why is it called Breakfast Creek? You ever heard of a bloke called John Oxley? Yeah, well, they come from a whaleboat over near Bribey or somewhere over there, and that's where they had breakfast. Yeah, and I'm not sure what they had for breakfast, but it would have been interesting with the Aboriginal people there. Yeah, so the women and the children go down to as far as Breakfast Creek, down here. Women, we call them guardians. Breakfast Creek back that way towards Ballymore, past the big hospital and the flats around Normanby or Victoria Park. No men allowed down here, I'm afraid. Women, just women and the guardians. Men were up in the hills back that way, right back towards Toowong, or what they call it, St. Lucia University there. That's called the Stormbird place where Toowong. Yeah. And a big long story there, Aboriginal life. You know, taught them everything. Yeah. So when they grow up a lot more and they're taught by the men and the women, they get into trouble. Well, that's that, because they've been taught these things, ethics and all that, since they were a little while age. Yeah, and maybe a person can come up with excuses, but that's the way it is. Aboriginals are very, very stringent, I'm afraid. Yeah, all right. Could you tell me who you are, maybe an individual, say your name, say maybe who you work for, or what place you were born in, where coming from, anything you like. I doubt if we can raise the rafters here, but we can try. All right. Yeah. You all have to say this. You're all lovely. Where are you from? Toowoomba. There you go. Toowoomba. Toowoomba's with us today. And I want you to think of some other people too that maybe you can say their name. It's really not travelling too well. Because there's so many exotic afflictions these days. And so many different kinds of cancer, because everybody, as soon as they mention that name, they get frightened, and so would I. But that's half the problem too. When a person gets something, well, if they're alone and they're suffering with the thing, it makes it seem thrice as, There's always somebody there to help. Like here today, we're here to help the young people, and I think that's wonderful too. Some way, if they're here, young people are here today, they can say, yeah, well, I can do something with my life, and I can help other person in the same situation as me who's having problems, that I can give them a helping hand too. Jingi walla walla yin. Oh, sorry. Boy, I said that. I asked you to say anything you like, who you are and what to. So on the count of 3, would you let me have it or you will let it rip? Okay. Well, we've got a promise over there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think somebody's got 5 names there. There's a reason for that, why all of us are here combined. We can raise the energy, the power, the healing process to send to those people. Why ask for a welcome? Some of you probably don't know why you ask for a welcome in Aboriginal places. When you enter somebody else's place, if they're here and they ask for a welcome, once you get a welcome from a traditional person, you're safe. You might be you're safe. While that day is there, nothing will harm you, nothing. If you're out in the bush and that stuff, and a traditional person gives you welcome, maybe there's 1 or 2 or a couple of more, and the ladies with the women, nothing touches you in that place. You know why? Because whatever the creatures, whatever's there, even the snakes and all that, they won't touch you. Because they've been told. That's how it works. That's how nature works with Aboriginal people. They all work together. You never come to any harm. Jinga walla walla yin, na wooden, Nimblas, nanang na barang. Murim yin, guranyan yambal gogam beram, yolgan mara. Mogwai Dan, we were talking about before. Mogwai spirits, ghosts, and the Dan is the land, the Dargan, the land that they're all there. And I'm not sure whether I could introduce the young folks or what you've got to do. Yeah, no problem. Okay.